Hello guys and welcome to MotorBeam. Today I've got the Yamaha FZ which is updated and that is a Gixxer. Now these two motorcycles have been fighting for a very long time, and in today's video we're going to do a comparison between these two. Hey, I think it's time to compare all the three and let me answer about 20 to 25 questions. Which one is better? Let's find out. Now looking at all the three motorcycles, the perspective is up to your choice and then you might say which one looks more attractive. Personally, I feel that the design of the Apache has been very good from the time it was started and nothing has been changed. But for some people, it might look a little bit dated. Gixxer, for the same matter, after the update has been the same as it was, and the only change that's there is the dual tone finish. So yes, it does look quite good. In our last comparison from the Gixxer versus FZ, we did say that the Gixxer looked better. However, as an update for the version 4, now the FZ looks much more better, looks chiseled, and for the front new face, this one has a more aggressive look overall. Golden rims and overall very good balance, LED indicators are standard. So overall, if you say which one looks better, I'll say the FZ, thanks to the colored seat as well. Now the winner over here is the Gixxer because the amount of mug that the rear tire throws onto the motorcycle is so much so that the tail becomes super duper dirty, and similar is the case for the FZ as well. FZ does get dirty quite a lot because of the tread pattern of the tires. It sends up a lot of mug. Same for the Apache is the best because it's the loser here because it does not get as much dirty, or should I say it's the winner because it's cleaner. The tires are thinner and overall there's a lot of stuff around covering the tires. You've got a longest mudguard at the front and the same case for the tail as well. You get an additional tail cover which comes at an additional cost, but that saves even more. So yes, Apache is the cleanest, FZ a little bit dirty, Gixxer the dirtiest. Let's go ranking wise. The worst over here is actually the one from the FZ because you get a negative display over here. Although this unit is the same that we have seen on the Yamaha MT-15, however, here you don't see much details properly, and in bright daylight it is kind of useless. To scroll through the details again, the screen has become bigger, but you have to press each and every button. Next comes the TVS Apache because the cluster has been updated. It is the same cluster that has been coming from the TVS Apache 200 and it gives you much more information. It looks much better too. It's a complete digital unit. Same case for the Gixxer. It gets navigation data as well. So I'll say the winner over here is the Suzuki Gixxer because it provides more information. All the three motorcycles give you connectivity data, but Gixxer is the only one with navigation. A better city performer, I'll go ahead and say this, it's the FZ because the amount of torque and power balance that's there, it's a very calm motorcycle for the city. But then again, the TVS Apache 162V now gets riding modes, and these help quite a lot because you get rain, urban as well as sport, and in rain and urban the power comes down. It comes down by close to 2 bhp, the torque comes down by 1 Newton meters, and hence the overall city performance you can alter it. Overall, I'll say that the FZ is a natural city performer, but the Apache you can alter modes and enjoy city nicely and calmly too. We all know that the Gixxer is a better highway performer, and if we talk about overall performance, and I will go ahead and say this, that the Gixxer's engine and the FZ's engine are way different from each other. FZ is perfect for the city, Gixxer is perfect for the highway, while the Apache over here is a winner here because the overall performance from this motorcycle is quite nice. It is balanced because you get riding modes, the rain mode, urban mode, again the sport mode. You can play around with the power output and you can enjoy the highway, the city, or a balance of both. So the overall performer, Apache is the winner. Suzuki needs to work on their gearbox because the 5-speed gearbox is very hard on the Gixxer and it takes some time to getting used to. For the Apache as well as the FZ, both are quite nice. The clutch is decently heavy and I feel that here's a tie because the FZ's gearbox as well as the Apache's gearbox, they are quite nice. However, the clutch on the Apache has a little bit better feel. Noise, vibration and harshness. The overall harshness that you can feel from the Gixxer is definitely there. Although it's a single, it's gotten a lot more smoother, but comparing over here, it is a little bit harsh. Similarly, the Apache has also a bit of vibrations in the mid-range and you can feel it on the pegs as well as the handlebar. The FZ for that matter is the smoothest over here. However, again, if you ring it open, like closer to the red line, you do feel some vibrations. So all the three motorcycles, because they are singles, they have some vibrations around, but compared to the older counterparts, they have gotten a lot more smoother. Overall, FZ is the smoothest, Apache has a bit of vibrations in the mid-range, and Gixxer a little bit of harshness in the top end. Now for the sound, you guys tell me which one has the best exhaust note, because personally I feel the Apache has the best exhaust note over here, but you guys are the judge. Let me know in the comments below which one sounds better. Let me know. The FZ is the winner as it returns close to 48 km per liter, while the same for the Apache as well as the Gixxer is close to 42 to 45. There's one more thing, that the fuel tank capacity of the FZ is 1 more liter, that is 13 liters, while that for the Apache as well as Gixxer is at 12 liters. For the rider height, I have someone who is just 5 feet 3 inches, and he will help me out if this motorcycle is comfortable for you or not. This is Faisal. The seat height of the TVS Apache RTR 160 is 790 mm. बैठ जाओ, खड़ी कर लो, and you are tiptoeing. Seat कैसी है? Comfortable है? Soft है? तो if you are a short rider or a woman out there who wants to ride a motorcycle, wants a accessible motorcycle, Apache is one good option. Thank you. उधर जाओ. For the pillion test, I have got one more person who will be the rider, and Faisal will act as a pillion. आ जाओ. Your height is?
I'm 5'8".
He is 5'8", and you can see his legs are folding. पैर ऊपर रख लो एक बार. को काफी tight है for 5'8".
5'8", yeah.
Yeah. Sit. Comfortable, spacious. तो पिलियन के लिए, राइडर के लिए सिंगल पीस सीट है, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम बिल्कुल नहीं है. सो इफ यू आर आउट देयर इन द मार्केट टू गेट योरसेल्फ अ कंफर्टेबल मोटरसाइकिल, गेट द अपाचे. दिस इज द जिक्सर एंड दिस वन हैज अ सीट हाइट ऑफ 795 mm. बैठ जाओ अगेन. दिस वन हैज स्प्लिट सीट सेटअप, थोड़ी टॉल है, खड़ी करो. एकदम कॉर्नर पे टिप्टो हो रहा है. हैंडल बार कैसा है? थोड़ा हाइट पे ऊपर. लेकिन कौन सी ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल थी, अपाचे है ये? मेरे को वो लगा अपाचे. फॉर शॉर्टर पीपल अपाचे इज मोर कंफर्टेबल. फॉर टॉलर राइडर्स इट विल बी बेटर. द जिक्सर विल बी बेटर. For the rider as well as pillion, let's sit. Is it spacious enough?
More comfortable. पैर ज़्यादा फोल्ड नहीं हो रहा है.
अच्छा. For taller riders, yes, this is better. आप बैठ जाओ. चढ़ने को थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हुआ. हाँ. और पीस व्यू ज़्यादा नहीं. फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे बैठे हैं तो
सीट हार्ड है इसका.
Yes. So this is a proper city motorcycle. थोड़ा लॉन्ग टूरिंग में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत हो सकता है. There might be a little bit of problem. What about वो पीछे ग्रैब रेल पकड़ने को हो रहा है?
पकड़ने हो रहा है, लेकिन स्पेस थोड़ा कम है.
और मडगार्ड पैर में लगा? नहीं लगा, बच गया.
नहीं लगा.
मडगार्ड लगने का चांस है यहाँ पे. सो पिलियन राइडर के लिए द कंफर्ट नॉट ऑन द टॉप नॉच. द सीट हाइट ऑफ द FZ इज ऑल्सो 790 mm, विच इज सेम एज द अपाचे. आप वापस बैठ जाओ एंड टेल मी, अपाचे जितना ही कंफर्टेबल लग रहा है या सीट थोड़ी और मोटी लग रही है, फैली हुई लग रही है?
फैली हुई लग रही है, लेकिन पैर नहीं पहुंच रहे.
Although the seat height being 790 mm, exactly the same as the Apache, इसका seat is a little bit wider for the rider's comfort. That's why Faisal at 5'3" is not comfortable, not able to reach the ground as easily as he was on the Apache. So now the FZ is here for the pillion test. The rider is already seated. आप बैठ जाओ. The FZ gets the widest seat. It is probably the most comfortable.
Yeah.
It is the most comfortable. Foot peg positioning.
Foot peg positioning is good.
So it's not too tall, not too tight. So anyone who is a taller rider will like the FZ more. And yes, it is the most comfortable for the pillion too.
Also,
है कि नहीं? हाँ, सबसे ज़्यादा spacious.
If compared the handlebar, इसका handlebar सबसे ऊपर है.
So the handlebar is the tallest towards the rider of the FZ2. The Gixxer and the FZ both get a handlebar which is a proper unit, and there's decent amount of feedback there as well. The Apache for that matter gets clip-ons, and here the feedback increases even more. However, since the Apache is the longest motorcycle, you get a little bit of wavy feel through the corner. It is not as stable as the Gixxer or the FZ. The best handler over here, I'll say, is the Gixxer, while the Apache and the FZ have a similar feel overall. The FZ is the lightest over here at 136 kgs, Apache being slightly heavier at 138 kgs, while the Gixxer is the heaviest at 141 kgs. The weight difference is not as much, however 5 kgs ke difference pe you get quite a bit of variation. Both the Gixxer and the FZ have got 100 section front and 140 rear coming from MRF. These are the exact same tires. While that for the Apache, you get a 90 section front and a 120 rear coming from TVS Remora. So overall, the grip from TVS Remora tires is not as great as the MRFs on both the other bikes. Now if we talk about ride quality, we're looking for comfort over here, and the TVS Apache gets dual shocks at the rear while the Gixxer and the FZ get a monoshock setup. So overall rider comfort is definitely quite nice. The ride quality is brilliant on the Apache. Gixxer for that matter is the hardest over here, while the FZ has a balance of soft and hard. Most comfortable Apache, little bit harder FZ, little bit more harder but dynamically rich Gixxer. Now all the three motorcycles get single channel ABS as standard. TVS calls it Supermoto ABS, basically single channel ही मिलता है. But the overall braking performance of the Apache as well as the Gixxer are neck and neck. They have a very good bite on the levers, and the overall braking feedback, it's just brilliant. FZ is just a little bit notch below, but there is good amount of feedback coming from the FZ as well. So if you want confidence braking, all the three motorcycles have it right. The winner here is the Gixxer with a large LED setup. You've got 8 to 9 LEDs in the headlight, and the low beam as well as high beam, they bright up the road pretty well. Second comes the Apache, because the overall headlight design and everything else which has been updated, you get LEDs as standard now. Similar of that of the FZ. FZ's unit is quite small, but then again the intensity is not as bright as the Apache. The best here is the Gixxer. The FZ for that matter gets LED indicators too, so that is again a decision making point, because that is a standard unit. Apache and Gixxer don't get LED indicators at all. The handlebar on the FZ is wider than that of the Gixxer, and hence both the mirrors of the Gixxer and FZ are similar, but then again the Gixxer's mirror is completely useless. The best mirror set over here is nothing else but the Apache, because they get a wide setup and get a good view of what's behind. The build quality is overall the best on the TVS Apache, because this motorcycle has been out in the market since a very long time and nothing has really changed. You get a metal tank, plastic panels are very less, you get a plastic underbelly which is a big unit, a big exhaust too, and overall things are placed very neatly. Same is the case for the Gixxer too. The build quality is brilliant. However, for the FZ there are some like minute gaps around. That is where I can say that the build quality is not top notch. A little bit of gap is definitely there. But if you look at overall set of motorcycles, all the three have very good build quality. The rain has started, and if I want to talk about one special feature for every motorcycle, Gixxer gets navigation data, the Apache gets riding modes. Yes, you get 3 riding modes on the Apache, and the FZ gets traction control, which I think is not as necessary for a 150cc motorcycle, but you get it as a feature. Now this question is very crucial. The pricing for the FZ and the Apache are very neck and neck for all the variants that they have. You get the FZ version 3 also. If you talk about FZs, you get the FZX, FZ25, 150 में 2 ऑप्शन है 3 ऑप्शन है, मतलब FZ भर भर के है. Same case for the Apache, you get 164V, you get 162V, 2V में you don't get the rear disc variant also. So there's more options here too. For the Gixxer, you get one with connectivity, without connectivity, you get one with fairing also. So if you're looking for a faired motorcycle, Gixxer is also a very good option. The FZ comes at a cost of 1,55,000. Same is the price for the Apache 162V top end variant, while that for the Gixxer is close to 15 more thousand, close to 1,70,000. So if you're looking to get yourself a motorcycle in this segment, prices matter a lot. And if you want something that's ultimate fun, no worries at all. Full fairing भी चाहिए, थोड़ा budget में चाहिए, R15 नहीं चाहिए, ये ले लो, मजा जरूर आएगा. Apache is decent. It's been there in the market since a very long time, sitting right between the fight, and this one is a comfortable 160 without doubt. The FZ is a very good looking sporty commuter, and if you like the Yamaha brand, the reliability, you can actually go for that. So for your money, it's your choice. However, most fun, Gixxer, most comfortable, Apache, a balance overall, the FZ. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. आई होप मैंने थोड़ा सा कन्फ्यूजन दूर कर दिया है, लेकिन अगर देखने गए ना तो पल्सर भी आती है, यूनिकॉर्न भी आती है, हीरो के एक्सट्रीम भी आती है. ये सेगमेंट इज द वाइडेस्ट राइट नाउ एंड विल डू अ मेगा कंपैरिजन सून. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I answered all of your questions and probably you got an answer. Thank you. Bye-bye.